This is Chapter 8, Collegiate Sports by Brad Austhof and Justin Gitelis. The first American college rowing club was formed at Yale University. The beginning of intercollegiate sports began in 1852 in rowing with a matchup between Harvard and Yale. This became known as the Harvard-Yale Regatta and is the oldest intercollegiate sporting event in history. Within a few years, schools such as Brown, Dartmouth, Columbia, and Princeton began competing in the same sport, and this started the Rowing Association of American Colleges. The next sport to be played, which is also a part of the Big Four, was baseball. The matchup was between Amherst College and Williams College, and Amherst won 73-32. The reason for such a big score in baseball was because, at the time, baseball was being played under the Massachusetts rules. Bases were only 60 feet apart, and the ball was thrown underhand. First base was only 30 feet away from the striker or batter.
Football. The first intercollegiate football game was between Rutgers and Princeton in 1869 in front of only 100 fans. College football became increasingly more important, and money also became a huge factor in college sports. Harvard Stadium was the first permanent college football stadium and was built in 1903. In the 1900s, college football was viewed as the final line for football, and pro football was not as strongly important as this today. Star athletes in college football would go on to have careers instead of continually playing football. Unfortunately, the combination of financial resources and the pressure to win has led to programs abusing the rules and causing dilemmas through college football.
Crisis in college football. In 1905, during a football game involving Union College and New York University, Harold Moore, a halfback for Union College, died of a cerebral hemorrhage after being crushed on a play. Henry McCracken witnessed the incident and took it upon himself to do something about it. He sent a letter of invitation to the presidents of other schools to join him in a meeting to discuss the reformation of football. This is how the NCAA was formed. During the period of 1890 to 1905, 330 students died as a result from injuries sustained from playing football. The NCAA, which was founded in 1906, has formulated multiple rules which has helped to protect players from injury. Today, the NCAA has over 1,200 colleges that are separated by 3 different divisions. Another strong issue that continually comes up in college football would be recruiting. The Carnegie Reports of 1929 painted a bleak picture of intercollegiate sports. It identified many academic abuses, recruiting abuses, and payments of the student athletes, and the commercialization of athletics. Although the NCAA recommended against the recruiting of student athletes, these practices were widespread among colleges and universities. The NCAA was pressured to change from an organization responsible for developing playing rules using competitions to an organization that would oversee academic standards for student athletes. Many colleges have paid student athletes or given them legal benefits, which is a violation of NCAA rules. Although this is not a huge problem today, it is still an issue. The issue behind this is an argument for another day.
The current system. Pursuing an administrative job within collegiate athletics is not one of the easiest jobs to acquire. There is much more to getting the job than having a sports management major. Other skills are required in becoming successful at this type of business. These skills include marketing, public speaking, writing skills, the ability to manage financial issues, and the ability to work with parents, alumni, and boosters. As Dr. Lee from Ohio University once told me, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. Millions and millions of dollars go into athletic departments, which are part of a huge money-based industry known as college sports. Being understanding of sports is not enough. There is much more in college sports, and many people are hired from different abilities.
Challenging issues. There are many issues surrounding collegiate athletics. The most prominent issue facing college sports would have to be Title IX, or gender equality. Although the original implications of Title IX had little or no relation to college athletics, that is what it's used for today. Title IX has gained its enforcement power among college athletics with the passage of the 1988 Civil Rights Restoration Act. In 1991, the NCAA released the results of a gender equity study that found although undergraduate enrollment on college campuses was about 50% male and 50% female, college athletic departments, on average, were made up of 70% male and 30% female. This law was passed in 1972 and has forever changed college sports.
College sports are a huge deal to me because after this semester I'm transferring out of Ohio University and going to play baseball at a smaller college back in Chicago. I plan to play there for a semester. It's our community with the Hawks, by the way. I plan on playing there for a semester and then moving on to either D3, D2 type school in the future and playing there. So clearly, college sports are a huge deal. Also, I'm an avid watcher of college basketball, football, and baseball. It's really all I watch. If the sport game is on, it's college, I'm watching it. For the future, I plan on either being a baseball coach or being a marketer in the college athletic world. And the reason that is because college basketball is for my passion and I love it. Or college in general, college sports is my passion and I love it.
Much like Justin said, I'm very passionate about college sports as well. I watch college football every Saturday when it's on, and I watch college basketball whenever that's on too. I plan on becoming an athletic director of a small college when I get a job, and I'm hoping it's like a Division III college where I can also be a part-time coach of a sport, maybe football, basketball. Knowing all the responsibilities regarding college athletics is important for any administrator.
6:40, we're done.